to the Kop Council. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. If you are, please let me know in the comment section below. As you can see, I do have a very special guest with us today, Dave from Dave's LS Chat. Sorry, bit of a mouthful. How are you, mate?
I'm all good, my friend. All good. How could you not be in a better place with Liverpool on top of the league, 8 points clear? Unbelievable. I was in Liverpool last weekend, you probably know, but I'm just in dreamland at the moment, my friend. Dreamland.
Yeah. If you don't know, guys, Dave is a very, very good YouTube channel. Brilliant channel, in my opinion. So everything to do with Dave will be linked in the description down below. Please go and check him out. Amazing guy. And as he's showing right now, 6 times. We all know it's 6 times. So, as you can see by the thumbnail of today's podcast, because this is the LFC, well, not the LFC podcast, it is the Kop Council Podcast. We are back with the podcasts. And, you know, I did say to you guys we was going to be bringing these podcasts with special guests and that. So, you know, if you do like it, please leave a like on the video. But yeah, as you can see by the thumbnail, our main topic today is this Liverpool team, or squad, the best squad in our history? But we won't dive into that. That will be further on in the podcast. So, Dave, what's your thoughts been so far on this, amazing season so far for the Reds?
Okay, Connor. Well, 8 wins out of 8, 24 points out of 24. We can equal the record against United next Sunday, which is a big game at Old Trafford, with 18 wins, straight Premier League wins. We're in an unbelievable place. We're not keeping as many clean sheets as we used to as last season. Okay, we haven't got Alisson, but to be honest, it's all about winning games. It's all about getting 3 points. I'm happy. With the pre-season we had, it was a bit up and down. I was a little bit worried. With the pre-season, I was a little bit worried. We didn't bring in anybody like an attacking midfielder or a striker. I thought we would have needed it. We didn't get them in. So I have to be fair and saying I was a little worried at the start, but 8 wins in, 8 games in league-wise, I'm happy. I am content at the moment. I'm very happy, actually.
Yeah, like you say, it was a little bit of concern. Even, obviously, we wasn't going then, but like if you knew us previously on the channel, we were saying in the summer, like, we need a sign-in, really. You know, teams previous that has challenged for the title and so forth have upgraded, and then teams that haven't have looked a bit weak then, you could say.
Yeah.
But Liverpool so far, like you say, 8 wins out of 8, you know, looking dominant as ever, as we look even better at the minute. Yeah, like you said, a little bit defensively we do look a bit shifty, but you know, without Alisson and, you know, that new defensive high line, you know, you are going to concede 1 or 2, but who cares when you're top of the league at the minute? I know it doesn't count for the minute because we are in October, but still we are top of the league. With that, who would you have signed in the summer, in your opinion, if you could make a sign-in?
Well, I always thought we need a bit of, as I call it, a WD-40 boy in the midfield, because we don't have that lubrication in the midfield. Genie, Fab, the brilliant players. I mean, Genie's after scoring 2 absolute rippers in the last hour for Holland. Unbelievable. Have a look at them. But I mean, Hendo, but they're all similar type of players. They all, you know, defensive sort of midfielders, brilliant players, don't get me wrong, especially Fabinho. He has come on beautifully. But I still think we need that spark. You could say Naby Keita could give it. You could say Oxlade-Chamberlain could give it, but they're never fit. They're never fit. I thought we would have signed someone like Fernandes. I thought that was nailed on. It never happened. Never mind Nabil Fekir news that we had last season. Someone like that, or even an Eriksen. I think we should even go for Eriksen in January. You'll get him on a free. I think his contract's up next season. He would suit Liverpool down to the ground. Just give us something different in the midfield. I think that's all we need. Or a Timo Werner up front. You know, a genuine striker. Someone like a Ryan Brewster, who's young at the moment. I know probably will come good. But going forward, we need it. I think more than anywhere else. Either in midfield, an attacking midfielder, or a striker. Could go in January. Could dip in January. But I thought certainly we would have got someone like Fernandes or Eriksen or someone like that, but we didn't. And you have to trust in Klopp and FSG, because right now they seem to have, you know, done a great job. So I can't say they've been wrong. I just think we're a little bit short there in the midfield in attacking sense. That's all, maybe.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. You know, I think that an attacking midfielder a lot of people were saying that we needed. And like you said, Bruno Fernandes, I thought we would have gone for him.
Yeah.
But I think the major thing is for Klopp, and I think he's shown this, like, value in the transfer market a little bit. So, like, even if you have to wait that extra year, maybe he could come in January, or like you said, you'd like Eriksen in January. Maybe he could come in January or even next summer. He knows that they're a solid player, but just finding that correct value, because I think it was rumored on like the last day of the European transfer window, that Real Madrid were looking at like a 72 million, and I don't think Jurgen and
transfer
would even think of that price, really.
Yeah, we don't like spending millions. Okay, we did it for Alisson. We needed a goalkeeper. Yeah. There wasn't many world-class goalkeepers out there, so you have to spend big sometimes when you need it, and you identify we needed a keeper. We've been needing one for years, 10 years. We got him, and Alisson in Wonderland looks in Wonderland at the moment. Then we got VVD as well before that, and we needed a centre half. We needed a captain, a future captain. We needed a leader at the back. That's what we were missing. We identified these two, 150 million, whatever it was for the two of them. And look what they have brought to Liverpool. Has to be said. It's been unbelievable. United used to do the same thing. When United were in their pomp, they would buy one big player every season just to complement what was there. No one would leave other than dead wood, but they'd keep building. And after 3 or 4 seasons, you'd have 4 or 5 top world-class players. I thought Liverpool would have done it this season. Would have been the perfect time to do it, especially after winning number 6 Champions League. We didn't do it, but obviously Klopp didn't see a player out there that was A, worth the money, B, it can also disrupt the group that he had. He was obviously happy enough with the group he had, which, if you bring in a big player, look at Pogba at United. I mean, there's an example for you, buying the wrong player, bringing him in at big money, big wages. Doesn't always work.
No, you are right with that. And it's like what you just said perfectly. Look at Man City last season. They only spent money on Mahrez, and they were like, that's all they needed, really. It was another backup. Yeah. But, like you said, Paul Pogba, wow. Spending 89, 90 million on not even practically.
Not only that, the wages he's on. I think he's on 300 grand a week.
I think it's more than that.
The moaning, he's more interested in his hairstyle and his styling and his Instagram accounts. And they're no good. You don't want players like that in Liverpool. You never will get players. Klopp's not that type of manager that will put up with it anyway. He wouldn't put up with a player like that. Never happen.
No, that is perfectly true. I don't even think he'd work in our midfield like the way it is anyway.
No.
But, we don't want players like that. We want players working for the badge, really, not the player on the back. It's the club on the front, really. Yeah. So obviously you spotted out Eriksen and that. So moving on a little bit to this season now.
Yeah.
Who's been your standout player so far this season? And I know it's such a short gap to say, but who's been the one player that's like caught your eye and gone, I just love him every single week?
To be honest, Robbo.
Robbo.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just his energy. A Red Bull boy, I call him. He's got so much energy. I think he must drink 6 cans of Red Bull before every game. Where he gets the energy from, I don't know.
Iron Brew, really. It's just the Iron Brew.
Iron Brew, yeah, Scottish as well. But his energy, his crossing, some of his decisions, even that goal he got the other night against Salzburg. Did you see the goal? The move, he started the move and finished the move. It was unbelievable. But definitely Robbo for me. I mean, we got him from Hull for something 8 or 9 million. I know it went up to maybe 11 or something, but wow, he was a snip. Fabinho as well has been very good, quietly effective in the midfield, but Robbo definitely for me, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think we actually, when you work it out, I don't think we paid anything for Robbo, because I think it was just like a straight swap for Kevin Stewart, I think it was.
No, I think it was 8 million up front. Yeah. And it doesn't matter. I mean, it was Mickey Mouse money compared to, it was nothing. It was nothing, really.
Well, look at Manchester United with Luke Shaw. They spent like 30 million on him. Like,
he's been injured a lot, though, to be fair, hasn't he? He's been injured.
To be fair, like he's probably the only one player from Manchester United that's been decent for them when he's played.
That young lad, the name James, looks a good player. Is he Welsh, Daniel James?
Yeah, Daniel James.
He looks a decent. A name like Daniel James, he should open up a barber shop. It's a real barber's name, isn't it? Come into Daniel James for a haircut. But listen, it's not. I don't know whether you want to talk about the United game later, but we'll talk about that later. But that is not going to be an easy game. There's no doubt about it.
We will have a preview for it, but me and Dave will talk a little bit about Manchester United, because if you didn't know, we do have Manchester United on Sunday, which, to come back from an international break, kind of a nice game, where United are right now. Beautiful game.
It's still the big game everyone looks for on the calendar. It still is. I mean, I'm following Liverpool since the early 80s. I was born in the 70s. I'm not giving me the age away, but it was always the big game in the 80s, the 90s, the 90s. Last season, we've had some poor, great games against them. Remember the 0-0 last season? It was like watching paint dry on a wet wall. It was absolutely terrible.
Terrible.
Surely Manchester United are there for the taking this year. I mean, they're under huge pressure. They've 9 points. It's their worst start, I think, in 30-odd years. It's probably the worst squad they've had in 30 years since before Ferguson went. If they have to be there for the taking now. Liverpool can equal the record of 18 wins in a row, Premier League wins in a row with a win at Old Trafford this day week, and go 9 wins in a row this season. We just got to start well against them and not be apprehensive. Don't be afraid of them. It's Old Trafford, 75,000 plus. They hate us. We hate them. It's a rivalry. It's probably the biggest rivalry in the Premier League. It is really. Liverpool's fans-wise as well. Two huge fan bases. But surely they're there for the taking. If we have a full squad back, like the DVD and these players, we should be able to beat them. I'm going 2-1. It's early. We haven't got the team. We don't know who's coming back fit from international break, but we got to go there confident, and we just got to play our game and beat them.
Exactly. I 100% agree with it. For that game, then, because then we'll do the preview for Man United by you. I think there's only really one big call for Jurgen if everyone does come back fit. Yeah, that's between the sticks. Do you choose Alisson, that's had probably now 2 weeks of full-on intense training, or do you go with the reliable Adrian, which, has been brilliant since coming into the squad, since Alisson has been injured?
I'd keep Adrian in goal. He hasn't made a mistake. I would blood Alisson back, maybe in a home game. I was talking to Jack Mack LFC earlier, and I said, why would you throw Alisson in at the deep end? I'm not saying he's not good enough. He's our number one. He will be our number one. But just give him, let him relax. Have him on the bench. Let him relax. Old Trafford, Adrian has done well. I'd stick with the back five we've had. Hopefully everyone comes back fifth from international break. But I'd ease him into a home game at Anfield. Give him the game. Give him the 90 minutes. Go from there. I just wouldn't change it. Now, Klopp's not listening to me, but if you're asking me, I'd stick with Adrian for the game against United. That's just me.
So I'm kind of on the opposite and kind of a little bit, because for me, I think Alisson, I was hearing that he was 75-80% ready for the Leicester game that you went to Anfield for. And if that's true, that's perfect news, because now he's had just over 2 weeks to prepare. Yeah. And if you guys know, on Twitter, we reported that Alisson's had a few intense training for the Manchester United game. So I think on that basis, I think Alisson will start the United game. But like you said, Adrian, he's just been brilliant. I think he's probably the best number 2 goalkeeper I think we've ever signed.
Yeah, he's been Adrian, and everybody calls him Rocky, but no, he has been brilliant. He's made 1 or 2 mistakes. I mean, you're going to. Luckily, we didn't get punished for them, which to me, it's not a mistake unless you get punished. Because Alisson did it against Leicester City away last year. Remember 2-1, he made a mistake. We won the game 2-1. It's not a mistake. It's only a mistake if you drop points over the mistake.
Yeah, that's true. For Leicester's goal, do you think it was Adrian's mistake? Or do you think it was just a good goal?
I was at the game. I was in Anfield. I thought it was a soft goal. It came through. I think it came through a rugged player sort of thing. It went through and it went underneath him. I'm not saying too much about it. Luckily, in the end, Milli Vanilli slots the pen away, but I don't think that leaving me in the back of his mind. To be honest, it might have been more in the back of his mind if it would have ended 1-1 against Leicester. Because we got the win, it's overshadowed it. I wouldn't even. I'd forget about it. I'd move on. 8 wins out of 8, top of the league. Wouldn't worry about it.
Exactly. So going back on the topic, obviously you was at the Leicester game, like you just said, but what has been your favourite game this season for Liverpool?
Favourite game was Arsenal at Anfield.
Yeah.
We played particularly well, got some lovely goals in it. As I was saying earlier in another video I did, we haven't really been in first gear. We've actually been in second gear for 90% of the season, which is unbelievable to consider that we're 8 wins out of 8, 8 points clear City, which is just Thierry unreal. Like, it's really... And in that game against Arsenal, we were more in first gear than we were in second gear, and probably needed to be, because I think they took the lead against us and we just turned on the style. Was it 3-1? Was it 3-1?
No, it was 3-0, wasn't it? And then Arsenal.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking of the game last year. But listen, we played well against Arsenal. We didn't play well all season. Even Leicester City, we controlled the game against Leicester. Should have scored more goals, but when you're only 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go, there's always the danger that you can let in a goal and everything changes. But luckily, we got the penalty in the end. But we haven't played well in all the games. But Arsenal, we looked a bit more like ourselves. In Norwich, in and out, we scored a lot of goals. We let in a few. But we haven't played. I've said it on Red Men. I don't know whether you see me. I was with Red Men last week, Red Men TV. I've said it on their podcast as well that we actually haven't played well. And I got a bit of stick over it, but it's true. We've controlled games. We've done enough in games to win games. I'm not saying we didn't deserve to win the 8 games. We did. We are lucky in 1 or 2. In the Sheffield United game, you could say, little lucky, But I'm not giving out. We're on top of the league, 8 points clear. But Arsenal game, I thought we played well against Arsenal, yeah.
I agree with you with the sense that we've only been in second gear. I think Liverpool's second gear controls games anyway. It's just the third or fourth gear is blistering teams 4-5-0. I think that's the real factor. But yeah, I do agree with you. I got written down on my notes by the Arsenal game for me. The one thing for me with that game was, I don't know if you've seen it, was the Bobby where he gets the ball and just chips it over the Arsenal player.
Yeah, the one where he tipped it up and volleyed it, but it went to the keeper, I think, which would have been an unbelievable. Yeah, but that's when, it's the lubrication, as I say, the WD-40's there, because that's when they're trying all these little tricks. That's when it's confidence, you know what I mean? You're not going to do that in a 0-0. You're not going to do it, No,
but yeah, that was just a masterpiece from Bobby, and for going back.
Bobby, no look for me,
Going back to the shout-out play, I think he's been marvellous as well.
Yeah,
I think, to be fair, for me anyway, I think he's been the best one out the front 3 so far this season, because I think even now, even though he is now starting to get the recognition that he deserves, really, I still think, particularly Sky Sports, do not give him the appreciation that he does deserve, because he does so much for this team.
Yeah, so much. We're a different team without him, obviously. So if you don't have Bobby, like with Origi is not Bobby for me now, let's be real. So I think you need to treat him playing. And the good news for Liverpool is Bobby looks to be coming into form. For Brazil as well. Mane, the main man in the mirror, looks to be coming into form, and he's putting his chances away, which the last season he started to do it. But he's putting his chances away now, which is great for us. And as you say, Salah. People are slagging Salah. Salah's had the best start for Liverpool this season, believe it or not. He has 6 goals, 3 assists, which is 1 assist better than what he had when he scored 44 goals 2 seasons ago. Which is just, if those 3 are on fire, that's it.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this stat. I think we've said it on the channel before, but going back to that 44-goal season, the 2 main assisters for Mo in that season was Bobby Firmino and a certain Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yeah. Now, if we can, like you said, maybe get Ox in maybe that attacking midfield role, you don't know how many goals Mo will actually score. But then you have to look at Bobby and Sadio. Like, I think going back to that season 2 years ago, I think Bobby was our second top goal scorer. And like you said, Mane wasn't finishing. But now Mane has that finishing product in him. So it's really, really like hard to think how any team can stop this front three and the midfield, really, because there are goals in our midfield.
There's another player who's been injury prone, unbelievably bad luck, is Naby Keita, because he can give you that something different in the midfield as well. I used to watch a lot of him at Leipzig when he was in Germany, and the season we'd signed him, he wasn't allowed to come to Liverpool for the following season, so I watched him a lot in Germany. Every game he used to get 8, 9 out of 10. He used to score goals, get sent off, get yellow cards, make goals. I want to see a bit of that. Red Bull, I want to see it, that energy on the pitch for Liverpool, even for the second half of the season. It'd be like a new signing.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree with that. I'm a big admirer of Naby Keita, and I did the same as you when we found out that he was going to be signing for us, but then stayed in Germany that extra year. You just look at that player a bit more, and his performances out in Germany have just been what I want here, because I think a few people kind of underestimated him and went, he's that Coutinho-esque signing. He's not. He's a deep progression player. And I think that is like a key thing to think about. Like, say if we play 4-2-3-1, he can do the defensive stuff, but he can also progress play. And I think when he is fully fit, he can just be, well, probably our star midfield player. Yeah. It'd be unbelievable.
He's a Klopp player. I mean, obviously Klopp is involved in the transfer committee. All the scouts like Barry Hunter and all these, Michael Edwards, all these guys sit down with Klopp, of course, and go through, as I said before, it's clinical. It's like E equal MC squared. It's an equation nearly to sign a player nowadays. They have to fit so many criteria. They don't just like the way you look on YouTube and watch a video like years ago and say sign him. It's who he hangs around with, what he eats for food, what time he gets up in the morning, what time he goes to bed, what water he drinks, what his wife is like. Is he married? Has he a girlfriend? Has he kids? It's ridiculous nowadays. And all the top teams in Europe do it. Liverpool, United, I'm sure do it. So you have to fit so many criteria. So if Klopp or Liverpool are interested in any player and you hear about it, they must meet some criteria for them even to be interested. So Naby Keita fit all the criteria. We spent, what was it, 60 million, 58 million or something like that?
Something like that. But yeah, like you said, like fitting all the criteria. And I think that's what's so crucial to going back to what we were saying about signing someone. Like, teams will bump up prices of players because they'll go, well, Liverpool want him, Klopp want him. That must mean there's something good about him. Let's bump up the price a little bit. Yeah. I think that was the main thing with Naby Keita. Nabil Fekir. Or they just kept on arguing between a price, and then obviously he didn't sign and all that.
I don't know. Something to do with his knee or his leg. That was Fekir news, so I used to call it Fekir news, fake news. It looks like it was a good decision not to sign him. It looks like a good decision. I don't know. It might have worked out, but we move on from here.
Well, I haven't heard any like major things from him since signing for, I think, Real Betis.
He's injured.
Probably. But so going back onto the criteria, one question for you. I know obviously we're top of the league, eight games out of 8, but who has been that surprise player for you? Who's been the one player that's kind of not shocked you, but like gone, like, oh, yeah, he is a really good player. I forgot about that.
Fabinho.
Oh
yeah, he links the midfield now. I think he's probably one of the first names on the team sheet.
Yeah,
like he wasn't getting in last season. He was blooded in, and as Klopp, as you know, with Klopp, he bloods players in. He rarely just signs them and plays them. He did the same with Robbo. Remember, it took Robbo a month or two to get into the team. Ox takes a while. Naby, it'll take a while when they're fit even to get back into the team. But Fabinho, for me, just silently does his work. He's big, gangly, like Vieira a few years back for Arsenal. Gets his foot in. Great pass, Brazilian passer. He's Brazilian international, of course. Great passer of the ball. If you could add a goal to his name, if you could add a few goals to his name, it'd be even better. Because he used to get a few goals for Monaco. I know he used to take a free kick and penalties for them. But Fabinho, for me, has been a really, really astute signing for Liverpool.
Yeah, I 100% agree with what you just said. Like, I think that Fabinho is probably the first name on the team sheet. He's just unbelievable. I don't think I've seen a game of Fabinho's where he's dropped an 8 out of 10. I think he's like that high level caliber player, and we needed that. You know, going back 2 seasons ago, Jordan Henderson in the 6 role, it just didn't work. Like, you know, and I agree with you with a sense. He does remind me a lot of Patrick Vieira, because he is that player that progresses play. He doesn't just do sideways passes and back and forth. He just, like, look at last season with the Mane goal against Manchester United at Anfield. The beautiful chip over, and then Mane slotted it. Like, I can't think of any number 6 apart from maybe Casemiro for Real Madrid. That would do that. So, you know, but for me, my surprise player is Joel Matip.
There's 2 or 3 I could have said. I said Fabinho. I could have even said Adriana's been good. Matip is Billy Joel Matip, I call him. Oh my God, the gangly giraffe.
For me, he's just been, because for me it was a toss up at the start of the season. Like, who would Klopp go for? Would it be Joe Gomez or would it be Joel Matip? And you know, I think at the start of the season, I think Matip started against Norwich, and you thought it's a little bit unjust because, you know, Matip's been brilliant since coming in last season.
Against Norwich, wasn't it?
Yeah, Gomez. Sorry.
Gomez, yeah.
And you know, just Joel Matip's performances since Gomez got injured against Burnley last season. You know, he has been probably the most underrated centre back in world football. You know, as people said Joel Matip's name 2 years ago, they'll go, "Oh, like Liverpool's cricket defence." But look at him; he is brilliant.
Bambi, I used to call him Bambi on ice.
Bambi
on ice. He has come on since Christmas, really, around Christmas time, and just stepped up. The Barcelona games, he was absolutely at Anfield, the 4-0. Obviously, last 10 years, that's probably best game ever. 4-0 win against Barca. But the difference with him is with VVD. He's a big lad as well. What is he, 6'2", 6'3"? So him and VVD, you have 2 rocks at the back. But the thing about him is, him and VVD complement each other so much. That's the difference for me. It even VVD, anybody playing beside, I could probably play beside VVD, to be honest with you. But you know what I mean? But even Gomez doesn't look as good as Matip when he's playing beside VVD. Now, Gomez is only young. He eventually will become probably in the next 2 or 3 years, Liverpool's beside VVD. VVD is still there. Lovren, I think, played very well against Leicester, but will he be there next season? Probably not. Probably. I thought he would have gone this season. But couldn't get rid of him because I think he big wages. But Matip definitely, for me, has been unbelievable since Christmas. No doubt.
It's like you said. I think you could pick a numerous amount of people. You know, you pick Fabinho, I pick Matip, Adrian. You could say
Fabinho, anybody.
Pick whoever you want.
It's a lucky dip, big lucky dip. Put your hand into a bowl full of Liverpool players. Even Genie, you could go like that. What? Anyway.
Yeah, that is true. But just I think you could pick anyone. You could even say Salah for scoring the amount of goals that you've scored.
Yeah,
and we'd go, you could probably agree with that. But
Mane has come on, as I said, he's starting to put the finishing touches to the end of all the energy he uses up. He's actually putting the ball in the back of the net now, which is obviously brilliant. Which you know he wasn't doing up until last season. He was always get chances. He's got pace and he's got power. But the added spice to Mane was, can you finish? Your 15 chances to get a goal. Now he only needs 1 or 2 chances to get a goal, which is the sign of a probably world-class player now, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think in my opinion anyway, I think he is probably the best left winger. Maybe I don't think you can class Cristiano Ronaldo as
Ronaldo and Messi are just different levels, to be honest. Messi and Ronaldo. I mean, Salah came close to them at that 44 season, obviously. But I mean, they've been doing that for 10 years more.
Yeah.
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
It's just one of those things, isn't it? But like the best of the rest, I think. Salah, Mane, even Virgil van Dijk, because I think
he might be in the Ballon d'Or. There's a possibility. VVD because he won that trophy there last month, and I was surprised that he won it against. I think Messi and Ronaldo were against him. Remember the the Champions League Player of the Season.
Yeah,
I think it's a good little thing if you win that going forward to the Ballon d'Or, because I think the same people sort of vote. So
Yeah, because the recent one that I think Messi won, it's all
Jordan,
journalists.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, that is probably good stead for Virgil
Yeah.
that he is going to win it. And for me, it's rightfully so, I
Wow.
don't think a centre-back has, done as much to a club as Virgil has done ever.
I mean, Cannavaro did it for Italy when they won the World Cup, remember?
Cup, yeah.
And he actually won I think he won the Ballon d'Or he was scoring goals. He was like VVD, but that was a World Cup thing, only over a few games, whereas VVD did for a whole season. Actually, since he came in and he scored against Everton on his debut, the header, remember? He hasn't looked back.
No, exactly. I 100% agree with that. But yeah, so what we're going to do, so how would you rate Jurgen's tactics then so far? I know a lot of people kind of hate the thing with Jurgen where he doesn't make substitutes as fast as
late substitutions.
Yeah, exactly. But so far, obviously, 8 wins out of 8. But how would you rate Jurgen's season so far?
How can I criticize the boss, Klopp? I mean, sometimes you get a bit frustrated when it's 1-0 or it's a tight game and you're going, what is he waiting for? When you have the likes of Shaq, Meister, Roblox boy on the bench, you have Ox Meister, you have Naby, you have Lallana in pajamas, you have all these guys that can make a difference on the pitch that don't get on the pitch. But he knows what he's doing. I cannot criticize him. I don't know what to say about that because of the fact that you can be a bit frustrated at times, but 8 wins out of 8, 17 wins out of 17 in the league. We haven't lost a game since April 2017 at Anfield. I think it was Palace. I mean, European champions on top of that. 97 points, 1 loss all season. I can't say anything. I mean, just look at the record. Just build them up. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So obviously, if you guys don't know, if Jurgen does if we do beat Man United, we will level Man City.
We'll go level.
Yeah, we'll go level with Man City's record of 18 wins in the Premier League in a row, like you said. But yeah, moving on to the main topic of today's podcast. Is this LFC squad the best squad we've ever had?
No.
In your opinion? No.
It's the best Premier League squad we've had ever. Because the Premier League, what is it, early 90s? The Premier League came into being with Sky Sports and Premier League.
Yeah, 92.
26, 27 years, something like that. It's definitely the best Premier League squad we've had, no doubt about it. Best probably Premier League, it is the best Premier League manager we've had. Best football team we've had, I doubt it. I mean, you look at the teams of the late 70s, the early 80s, winning 2-3 European Cups, winning leagues left, right, and centre, League Cups, FA Cups, UEFA Cups. When it wasn't about money, remember? There wasn't really much money in the game. It was all about managers like Shankly and Paisley. I don't think so. I mean, for it to be the best team, I think we'd have to win the league, maybe. We haven't won the league since 1990. We'd have to win the league. Maybe if we win the league this season, next season, and maybe a cup, then you could start talking. Is it the best? No, best Premier League team, best team of all time. I don't think so, no. But it's a great place to be. It's different football now. It's a different time. There's more money in the game. There's more teams involved, bigger teams like the Chelsea, Spurs, United, City, Arsenal, even the mid-table teams like Leicester. They'll all give you a game. It's just a different world, I suppose. It's hard to compare Premier League era with the first division era, basically. I don't know how you can compare them because even the boots they wore were different. The pitches were different. The ball was different. Is it the best team? The answer, of course, the long-winded word is no.
So, I can see you if you want that. Obviously, I'm too young to remember
the mid-40s, maybe.
I'm too young to obviously remember the 80s and that, but I learned all about it and all with the history of the club. And when you think about it like that, then yes, you would say no to this current squad because we haven't won the things that previous
squad did win. Every year.
Exactly. So best Premier League squad we've ever had, I would agree with you. Yes, this is the best squad we've ever had. apart from 2008-9, I'd say that is the only squad that is close to this current squad.
I still think this one's better. The manager's better as well. I mean, I know Benitez, you could say Benitez, but best Premier League squad right now is the squad we have right now. The manager, the players. I mean, Salah, Mane, Firmino up front. Just mention the names. Alisson in goal. DVD, Fabinho. Look at that spine going through the team. Klopp, the manager, even the backroom staff. The way we are as Liverpool, the club, the owners haven't had as good owners in a very FSG. They deserve a big shout out. People don't give them as big a shout out. We were in bits 10 years ago. We were in the doldrums, my friend. 10, 12. We were nearly in administration under those idiots, Hicks and Gillette. A lot of people forget.
Absolute idiots.
So, plus, I know people don't like talking about it, but commercially, and the way they've done the new stadium up, and they've revitalised the whole stadium and the area of Liverpool. I was only there last week.
Yeah.
We have never been in a better financial base, owners base, players on the field, off the field, manager. We should be in dreamland right now, right where we are right now on October. We should be, Smile.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to the old days then, in your time supporting Liverpool, so not like, so it's
probably really old now.
Sorry, that is my fault. But going back then, who would you say is a player back then reminds you of a player now?
As I say, it's a different type of football. There was a Liverpool player, Ronnie Whelan, who was from Dublin, actually. He was captain of Liverpool in the mid-'80s. He would score goals as well for Liverpool. It was a different football, right? Different tactics and everything. Remember, you could kick the ball back to the goalkeeper and you could pick it up. I don't know what you mean. You could have the ball on the halfway line, waste time, kick the ball back to the goalkeeper. Grobbler, I was talking to Grobbler last week in the hotel team. Famous Liverpool goalkeeper. It's so hard to compare generations because they're so bloody different. But I'll tell you one player I did love was John Barnes. Oh my God. JB, winger, proper old-fashioned winger. Was he what's like today? Was he like Mane, similar to Salah? Plenty of pace, plenty of goals. You could say Ronnie Whelan, probably similar to Fabinho, could pass the ball, get stuck in, but also could score a goal. Fabinho needs to score a few goals to be like Ronnie Whelan. But it's so hard. You could say Alan Hansen, the big centre-half, Scottish centre-half, like VVD. VVD's probably even better than Hansen. Now, that's telling you something.
Yeah.
That's telling you.
Like, if you looked at on the guys on the channel, if you looked at our last podcast, me and my friend Mickey, we were talking about Virgil van Dijk. Pardon?
Mickey Friars?
Yeah, Mickey.
I know Mickey, yeah. Hey, Mickey, what a pity you don't understand. I know.
So we were talking about is Virgil van Dijk the best centre-back we've ever had? And me and Mickey agreed that Virgil is probably the best centre-back we've ever had.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And if he goes on, like we said, go on to win the Ballon d'Or, then I think that's immense. He could even be the best Liverpool player, maybe.
I think you have to win the league, Connor. We got to break this bloody league hoodoo. Yeah, we just got to win it. And maybe this year we'll have a chance. We had a chance last year. We got another chance this year, but I just think we got to break that hoodoo. Really do. Everybody talks about being great and being great. But at the end of the day, it's a sad thing to say. It's all about show me your medals. I'm telling you, that's what it's about. It's about winning. It's okay having a team that has 97 points, beaten once, but didn't win the league. At the end of the day, it was an unbelievable journey last year. Now, winning the Champions League made up for it. It was a nice caveat to have. It was a lovely little finish to the season because European Cup is where we belong, of course. But I really think we got to win. Start talking about great this, the greatest ever. Got to win the league. The league is the bread and butter. Yeah. Got to win it.
Yeah, I agree with you with that, to be fair. So saying that, what things do you think this Liverpool team can do? Do you think we could go on and win the league and do maybe the Champions League double? Like, it could have been possible last season. But I
don't think. Are we favourites to win the Champions League season or this year? There's probably 5 or 6 teams that can win it. We're one of them. Are we going to win it? I don't know. I mean, if the likes of Madrid are still there, but they're absolutely all over the shop. Barcelona will want some sort of revenge. You'd have to mention Man City, even though I don't like mentioning it. I call them Visa card boys. They're all about money. Then you have PSG. Will they ever? Another plastic club. Hopefully they'll never win it. Bayern Munich are decent enough. See what they did to Spurs. And you've got Liverpool. You have to Juventus. You throw those teams into your equation, stir the pot. Any one of those teams could probably win it. I want to win the league, to be honest with you. I want the league. If someone said to me, "Do you want the Champions League or the league?" I'll take the league.
Yeah,
I'll take the league, big time.
Because that is one of the things that annoys me when people say, "Oh, you've never won the Premier League." Say, yes, we have won it. We've won it 18 times. It's just named different.
Yeah, the Premier League, though, we have never won the actual Premier League. Won the league, all right. But I'd like to rub it in Manchester United's noses. That's what I want.
Well, just imagine if we beat United, then we can turn around and go on the weekend and go, we kind of beat you there, and we've gone on to win our 19th league.
Yeah, that's why they'll be up against us next week. They won't want us winning the league. I'm telling you now. They will want to put a spanner in the work and either get a draw or beat us next weekend. Don't even think twice about it. They will want to get some sort of result. Scotland are after trashing San Marino. Is it 6-0 or 8-0? 6-0, isn't it? 6-0. I don't know San Marino, but you know yourself.
We're bringing you live. We're bringing you live updates now of Football Kings, guys.
Live updates live.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the podcast. Hopefully we've answered that question for you. Thank you so much, Dave, for coming onto the channel. Guys, please check him out in the description down below. Dave's LFC's chats. Bringing brilliant content for you guys and much, much more. And hopefully we get to work with Dave quite a lot this season. And,
no problem.
Anything you want to say, Dave?
Yeah, just enjoy the international break. Get ready because next Sunday, this day next week is going to be a roller coaster ride. I'm going 2-1 Liverpool. I haven't even, obviously, players have to come back from international duty. But if we have a proper 11 out, we'll beat the Manx in Old Trafford, get equal to 18 in a row, get 9 wins out of 9. Cannot wait for it. This means more.
There you go. That's the final thing of Dave. So please like, share, and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Massively appreciated. But yeah, we'll see you again next time.
Cheers.
See you later.